Hi everyone, it's day 56 of the third session of the 21-day course for 2025. We call it Deepening the Silence, and that's this silence when we're not thinking. So I'm Mark in New Jersey, and here's a reminder that if you're not ready with your foot soak, the program will be including a foot soak. So here's a chance to get all the stuff that you'll need. Basically, a bucket and some salt water. If you're new, we have all kinds of support for this course. So we have a Zoom chat. So that's why we encourage you, especially on Sunday, to join in Zoom and not on YouTube. But if you're in the Zoom chat, you can just ask breakout room help for a breakout room. And we'll put you in a room with a Sahaja Yoga teacher who can help you out if you're really new. Also, everything that we do in the program is recorded, so handouts and the recordings themselves are on our course website, and we'll show you the QR code in a bit. And also you can ask for a mentor. So that's where you get to work one-on-one with an experienced practitioner of Sahaja Yoga. You kind of become like a big brother or a big sister, someone you can meditate with, ask questions to, and just get to know as a good friend to accompany you as you learn about Sahaja Yoga. On Thursday, we talked about the center heart chakra, and one of the aspects of that is becoming fearless. Today, the theme is our transformation. So what happens if we meditate every day? We actually transform. And this is considered a major breakthrough, that we actually become something more than what we were. So in today's program, we will have a presenter who will talk about transformation. That will also include a guided meditation and a foot soak. Then there'll be a video of the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. And then because it's Sunday, this is where we invite you to join us in Zoom. You'll be able to go into a breakout room, have a workshop session with a Sahaja Yoga teacher. So now I'd like to introduce a very cool person, somebody I've known for well over 20 years, and their enthusiasm and energy is always transformative to me. Hi, Sarvesh.
Hi,
Uh, how was your day today?
great to be here and great to meet all of these people. Uh, I'm based in Virginia, just so that you are all aware.
Okay, so now I hand it over to the very capable, experienced, and loving personality, Sarvesh.
Hi, and welcome everyone to this session on Sunday. It's great that you could join us for this meditation session. The topic of today is breakthrough, and it's a very interesting as well as intriguing topic because in this journey, where you had the breakthrough of the top chakra of your subtle system, the Sahasrara, the Kundalini energy, when we start meditating initially, a few threads of this Kundalini energy come up. And as our meditation deepens with regular practice, more and more threads of this Kundalini energy come up. And as they cross the sixth and the seventh chakras, we get into this deep thoughtless awareness state. And the goal, as we call it mathematically, if you want to speak, this Kundalini energy which exists within the sacrum bone, the number of threads of this Kundalini energy is 3 channels, 7 chakras. So 3 times 7 raised to power 108. That is the maximum kind of threads which exist of the Kundalini energy within your sacrum bone. And as we meditate uh, daily, our more and more threads keep on coming. So our goal is very straightforward in that sense, that deepen your experience so that more and more threads of this Kundalini cross your sixth and seventh chakras, and you can be in that meditative state for longer and longer duration. That's the goal we all have. Without further ado, without further talking more about this, we'll get onto the meditation part, which is what you have all come for. So let's collectively raise our Kundalini energy, the energy of our three channels, and then put ourselves into the bandhan. Let's give a bandhan to the foots of water. O Lord of Sea, we humbly request you to allow us to keep our feet in your water, and please take away all our problems. Gently close your eyes. Draw both your hands towards your sides. Let's try to establish our connection to this Mother Earth, who is so humble, so patient with us. Let's humbly request to her to help us and guide us in this meditation. Mother Earth, we are your children. Please help us and guide us in this meditation. Let's bring our left hand back in our lap, right hand still towards the Mother Earth. Attention on the left channel. Mother Earth, we humbly request you to take away all our deep rooted problems existing within our left channel. Please establish the pure desire to be spiritual within us. Let's bring our right hand in our lap, raise our left hand slightly near our shoulders. Attention on the right channel or the right palm or at the top of your head, wherever it is comfortable for you to keep your attention. Mother, we humbly request you to guide us in this meditative journey. Please dissolve all the excess heat generated due to our actions and thoughts into air and ether. Gently bring your both hands back in your lap and let's take our attention to the base of our spinal cord, the Muladhara chakra. On the four petals of the Muladhara chakra, we will say the mantra that we all have been saying as well as we know, which is Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesh Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Keeping our attention on the left petal of that four petal flower at the Muladhara chakra, at the base of your spinal cord, we'll say the mantra within ourselves. I'll say it once and then you can say it within yourself. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesh Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's take our attention now to the petal which is pointing towards the Mother Earth and say the same mantra again within ourselves.
Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Mataji Nirmala.
Let's keep our attention on the right petal and we will say the same mantra within ourselves again. Let's move our attention gently to the petal which is pointing towards our head on Muladhara chakra and say the same mantra again. Let's keep our attention now on our stomach. Very slowly move your attention from your Muladhara chakra to your stomach area. And over here, we will say a very small mantra, which is Om, A-U-M, which basically means the integration of the three powers of our three channels. And the next word is Shanti, S-H-A-N-T-I, which means peace. So basically, we are requesting for the peace to be established within our Nabhi chakra. And once the peace established within us, then that peace emanates to everyone around us. So I'll say it once and then you can say it multiple times within yourself. Om Shanti. Let's say a few times within ourselves now. Let's gently take our attention now to our heart, keeping our complete attention on our heart. We will request here the center heart, Mother, please fill our hearts with complete love and compassion. Make us the torch of love and compassion for this society. Keeping our attention now on our left heart, let's request for us to become a part and parcel of our spirit. For us to realize that we are just the spirit and there is divinity within us. And we need to work towards awakening that divinity within us. Let's gently take our attention now to our forehead. Let's keep our palm on our forehead in such a manner that the fingers are on one side of the forehead, thumb is on the other side. Bend your head a little bit so that your head is resting on your palm. Mother, please dissolve all the anger, reactions, ego, and superego that exists within us so that we realize that we are in this meditative journey to become the spirit, to realize our divinity. Gently take your right hand and place the center part of your palm on your fontanel bone area, the top of your head, the area which was soft in your childhood. Make sure your fingers and thumb are stretched away from your head. They should not be touching your head at all. Let's massage our scalp using the skin of our palm in a very, very slow clockwise motion. We should do this at least 7 to 10 times. And over here, we will say this mantra within ourselves of Nirvichara Samadhi, which basically means the establishment of thoughtless awareness state. Tvameva sakshat Shri Nirvichara Samadhi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. After massaging a few times, you can bring your hands down back in your lap and just keep your attention in silence at the top of your head. If any thoughts are still disturbing you, say to each thought, I forgive you, I forgive you, or Ni, not at this time. Let's gently bring our both hands near our heart. Slowly open your eyes and look at your own hands. Observe whether you can look at your own hands and see the status of your own vibrational state without any thoughts. The next thing we have today is a talk of Shri Mataji, where she is talking about the topic of this today. You can rinse your feet if you would like to do that at this time.
We had very bad experiences sometimes in England. Like the BBC people called me on the television and asked me to speak on that, but they said, we can't believe that you should do it without money. I said, why? How much will you pay me? He said, no, an Anglo-Saxon brain cannot understand anything without money. I said, then Anglo-Saxon brain cannot get realization. That is the equation. How much Christ charged you? If you understand Christ at all, must know that we sold him and we are still selling him. You cannot sell God and you cannot sell all these things. That's what they were surprised at. And they wouldn't have me on the BBC. I said, I will not say anything against BBC. But as far as my work is concerned, you cannot pay me. How much will you pay? You just tell me. This is just love and just affection. Like Sid came and just say hello to me. How much should I pay him for that? Love cannot charge. All right, for your hall you can, for other things you can. This is one thing we cannot understand. And I went to Toronto. I was surprised. They asked me a question, how many Rolls Royces you have? I said, I don't have any. Then they are not interested in me. There's no business about it. Now, we have to understand that we are seekers of truth. And we are seekers of peace within, silence within, the love within. And that power that gives you, empowers you to love others. Now, when we love others, our idea of love is either there is some sort of a possession, or maybe some greed, or maybe some lust or something. But this love has nothing to do with that. It's pure love. And the pure divine love is such like a sap in a tree, which rises, goes to all the parts of the tree, goes to the flower, goes to the fruit, grows to the leaves, and comes back. Supposing it gets entangled into one flower, the tree will die and the flower will also die. It doesn't get attached, but it nourishes. It absolutely involved, but not attached. All this discretion you develop when you have your vibrations, and you are surprised that you start talking like a third person. Like we had one lady from India, she came down with me to Los Angeles, and we had her son from Honolulu. She said, Mother, give him realization. I said, I've tried, you give. She said, how can I? He's not getting it. So I said, then how can I? Then I said, all right, give him a certificate, he's a realized soul. How can I give him a false certificate, Mother? I said, that's the point. He's not getting realization, that's the point. Accept the truth. So what should we do? I said, that's different point. But he is not getting realization. One must understand that. So she said, yes, it's true. It doesn't go. It doesn't work. It. She didn't say, I have done it or I do it. It doesn't work. You become a third person. You start talking in a third person language. As in Sanskrit we call it is akarma. That your action becomes non-action. You do not act anymore, but it becomes a non-action, a detached action. You just say it doesn't work out, it doesn't move, it doesn't come up, or it does. So it's something else that is doing. Actually, you are raising the Kundalini, but you don't say that. And this power, all of you have got. All of you have got this power, all of you should have it. Why should you hesitate not to have it? I just don't understand. Supposing you belong, say, to somebody or some special dogmas or anything, that has not given you full satisfaction. That has given you nothing. So why not have this power which makes you absolutely dynamic? Now, you know my age is, I'm very old and I'm a housewife and I'm a grandmother and I have so much things to be done on the other side of my married life, and I travel so much. Everything I do, I don't feel tired at all. And you can become very magnetic, and such a person becomes such a pure personality that even a glance of such a person can create peace, can give you joy, can lift you, can cure you, can do anything. Such an ocean of power is within your reach, and why should we get it? It's very simple. This is what all of them have said. It's not that it was said only by Christ, but every one of them has said that you have to get your realization. Say, it was thousands of years back when Rama came. Even before that, we had many other people. They came. Then came Shri Krishna. Then came, in this world, as you know, Buddha, Mahavira. All of them said, get your realization. Buddha, Mahavira went to such an extent that they said, don't talk of God. Don't talk of incarnation. Just say, get your realization. Only self-realization, nothing else. Because they thought when you start talking about God, they just slip off. So tell them you get your realization is the point, and that's what is important. So people call them Anishwarvad, means the ones who are atheists, they don't believe in God. They did believe in God, no doubt, but they didn't want to talk about it because they thought talking about God becomes a talk and a talk and a talk. So now the time has come to have the experience. Unfortunately, Houston seems to be a little far away for my touring and all that. But in the whole world, we have thousands and thousands of people who have got realization or are doing this work. Not necessarily that you have to give up your job. Nothing has to be given up. You are so dynamic. You don't have to change your names and wear funny dresses. Nothing of the kind. Some people think you have to develop some horns. You see. There's no need to do all that nonsense. Wherever you are, it is an internal thing that takes place. It becomes your own power. Only thing, the glow on the face is different, the glint in the eye is there, and such a person is a very loving, affectionate, and peaceful person. Doesn't get disturbed. No pressures of any kind, nothing of the kind. A very, I should say, a contented person. A very contented person. All this is your own. Just this breakthrough has to take place. And I'm sure it will work out. So as I said it, truth, love, and joy are one thing. Because all of them are the quality of the spirit. Truth, you know, on your attention. Whenever you pay your attention to someone, you know the truth about that person. You know truth about yourself. And you know the ultimate truth also, that you are the spirit. You are not this body. You are not this mind. You are the spirit. This is the greatest truth. And that's why it has to be established. Once you become the truth, all the powers of the spirit start manifesting automatically. As like a television, if you see, it looks like a little box. But once connected, you see the dynamism of that. In the same way, this ultimate breakthrough has to take place. May God bless you all.
Let's sit for a minute or two and enjoy that state of the peace that Sarvesh spoke of, the Shanti. So there's nothing like it. Allowing more strands that Sarvesh spoke of coming through and strengthening our enjoyment of the meditation. So the other way to really enjoy it is to meditate with others, and that's what's coming up now in this program, is a chance to be in a breakout room with a Sahaja Yoga teacher and enjoy this state. So before we get to that part of the program, I'll just remind people that this is the 21-day 2025 course, and there's a few things to tell you about the course. So coming up, our next class will be Tuesday, June 10th. And we'll talk about the fifth center, the Vishuddhi chakra, and how that will affect how we speak. So we are in session 3, and we run 3 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And our last class will be Tuesday, June 24th. So if you have friends or family that you've been wanting to invite to the program, you can say, come on over, there's still a few weeks to go of this session, or you can join live. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we also have at the same link at the same time, a collective foot soak and meditation. It lasts about 30 minutes. And here's where we offer the support that all of us, especially myself, have needed as we have progressed in our fits and starts practicing Sahaja Yoga. You can ask for a mentor with the form that's posted in the Zoom chat. You can join our WhatsApp group, and the link is on the course webpage. And all our previous classes are recorded and saved on the class webpage, as well as any handouts that we've presented as PDFs. So now comes the time when, in a minute or two, you'll suddenly be out of this room and in a room with a Sahaja Yoga teacher, and a chance to share what's happening with you, what you're learning, maybe what's puzzling you about Sahaja Yoga, the good news, and any questions. So if you're watching on YouTube, this is your chance to get over into Zoom so that you can join us in a breakout room. So if it takes a minute or two, then just be a little patient. It's one of our aspects of being in meditation.